Before we begin, let me ask you a question. How did a small island in the North Atlantic, a land of rain, fog, and fishermen, rise to control 1/4 of the entire world? How did an empire so powerful, so vast, so wealthy, simply crumble and vanish within a single lifetime? Today, we uncover the rise and fall of the British Empire, a story of ambition, invention, brutality, revolution, and mystery. So stay until the very end, because the truth behind this empire's collapse is far stranger than you think. Welcome to Echoes of History Plus, where the past is never dead, it only waits to be discovered. In the 1500s, Britain was nothing compared to Spain, France, or the Ottomans. A minor kingdom, weak, poor, fragmented. It was an old settled but, by the standards of much of contemporary Europe, an underpopulated landscape. Life remained harsh for most people, with short life expectancies due to disease and lack of medical care. Roads were often muddy, and while carts existed, much transportation was on foot or horseback. So how did this unlikely nation transform into the largest empire in human history? The answer begins with three forces: ambition, desperation, and opportunity. The English feared invasion from Europe. They needed wealth, they needed land, and they needed to survive. The ocean was their only weapon. They sent privateers like Francis Drake, not explorers, but state-sanctioned pirates. They stole from Spain, attacked ships, seized gold, and funneled their loot back home. Under Queen Elizabeth I, did employ privateers such as Sir Francis Drake. These individuals were essentially state-sponsored pirates who were given official permission, known as letters of marque, to attack and plunder enemy ships and settlements, primarily those of Spain. Privateering was a key part of the English strategy to disrupt Spanish power and its flow of wealth from the Americas. Drake's raids on Spanish ports and fleets, such as the attack on Cadiz in 1587, successfully delayed Spain's preparation for the Spanish Armada. This piracy funded the new English Navy, and with a navy came power. Then came the East India Company, not a government, but a corporation. A corporation that would one day rule armies, conquer nations, topple kings, and reshape the world, all in the name of profit. The British did not conquer India overnight. They arrived as traders, then advisors, then manipulators, then rulers. Through alliances, deception, and superior weaponry, they expanded influence bit by bit, until the East India Company ruled more people than most nations. But India did not accept this quietly. Rebellions erupted, including the massive revolt of 1857. The rebellion began on 10th of May, 1857, in the form of a mutiny of sepoys of the company's army in the garrison town of Meerut, 40 miles, 64 kilometers, northeast of Delhi. It then erupted into other mutinies and civilian rebellions, chiefly in the upper Gangetic Plain and central India. A war that shook the empire. The British crushed the uprising, but the world was beginning to change, and the empire had awakened a giant it could no longer fully control. While Asia burned with rebellion, Britain transformed at home. Machines, factories, steam engines, railroads. The Industrial Revolution turned Britain into the factory of the world. Its navy controlled oceans. Its merchants controlled trade. Its colonies supplied raw materials. Its cities exploded in population and innovation. At its peak, the British Empire stretched across Africa, Asia, the Americas, the Middle East, the Pacific, and the Arctic. It was characterized by major inventions such as the steam engine, the development of the textile and iron industries, and the construction of railways and waterways, which led to a huge increase in production and transportation, and a radical change in social and economic life. The sun never sets on the British Empire, but history teaches us something important. When the sun never sets, the shadows become very dark. Behind prosperity came suffering. Behind progress came exploitation. Indigenous peoples across the globe were displaced. Cultures were rewritten, languages erased, resources drained. The empire was built not only on trade and innovation. British occupation was an exploitative colonial system imposed by Britain on many Arab regions, particularly Egypt, Yemen, Iraq, and Palestine, through military, economic, and political control. This occupation was characterized by the control of resources, the suppression of local resistance, the imposition of military or civilian administration, and the establishment of new borders in the region. But on domination, and those who lived under British rule would not forget. Behind the facade of duty, Britain's strategic motives were paramount and more pressing. Belgium served as a gateway to the English Channel and the French ports near England. German control of Belgium would have granted it naval and air bases that directly threatened British security and naval supremacy. The First World War changed everything. Britain survived, but it was wounded, millions dead, treasury drained, and nationalist movements rose across the empire. The seeds of independence had already been planted, but the real shock was yet to come. In September 1939, Britain declared war on Nazi Germany and was a key part of the Allied forces in World War II. It played a pivotal role on various battlefronts, including the Battle of Britain, the North African and Middle Eastern Campaign, the Burma Campaign, and preventing a German invasion of Europe. Despite the victory, the costs of the war hastened the end of the British Empire. World War II crushed the empire. Germany bombed London. Japan conquered British colonies in Asia. Economically, Britain was broken. Politically exhausted, the world was now led by two new giants, the United States and the Soviet Union. Britain could no longer maintain control. Independence movements erupted. India rose first, then Africa, then the Middle East, then the Caribbean. A global empire disintegrated, not in centuries, but in decades. Yet the British Empire did not vanish entirely. Its language became global. Its banking system became the world standard. Its legal structures survive in dozens of nations. Its cultural impact remains everywhere you look. Even today, Britain leads the Commonwealth, connecting nations that were once part of the empire, now as partners, not subjects. But one mystery remains. How did a tiny island build the largest empire in human history? Ambition? Technology? Naval power? Or was it something deeper? Something far more complex? And here's the real question. Did the British Empire truly fall? Or did it simply transform into something new? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey through history, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Because our story is far from over. Join us on the next journey through time, here on Echoes of History Plus.